Welcome back to Razmafsar TV. I'm going to show you a custom-made ballock dagger or kidney dagger. The blade is made or was made by a German custom sword maker and blade maker named Johannes, and the handle and the scabbard and the mountings were done by Alexander Würkner. Both very talented swordsmith and also scabbard maker and handle maker accordingly. As you can see, this has a cross. This cross blades made by Johannes had all these cross on them, and this blade is single-edged. The beginning, the ballock daggers. In general, there are different varieties of blade types of this type of dagger. The earlier ones were most common ones were single-edged, as this one with a triangular section blade that tapers evenly from hilt to point, which is the case here, and on early ballock daggers the same. On this piece, the blade is not reinforced, but some early pieces, historical, they were also reinforced tip. This type of style seemed to have persisted, or they were kept in use throughout the dagger's considerable lifespan. By 1400s, an evenly tapered double-edged blade became popular, and by 1450 the double-edged blade became slender with a thick diamond cross-section that sometimes included a ricasso. So this was a later style, and this style continued throughout the 16th century with a diamond cross-section, and it became so thick that it could almost be considered four-sided. And these four-sided blade or faceted blades are the most frequently types of ballock dagger found and encountered on 16th century ballock daggers. As you can see, the scabbard is made of wood and covered with leather. Inside you can see there is felt. The reason for having felt, as Alexander Würkner back then told me, on some historical examples they were felt inside. The good thing about it is this is an original felt, there is no chemical stuff in it, so once you oil the blade and you put it in, the oil is inside the felt and it protects the blade all the time. The blade is high carbon steel, as you see, very well made blade and very sharp this blade. Actually it's used in a reverse grip, so you could go, it's a very, you can see a slender tip, it could go through mail armor, and you could use it in a downward grip, reverse grip, and forward grip. Of course it can be used, but I would say that not as often. The hilt of ballock dagger on this one is made of a single piece of hardwood, and this hardwood, they were historical, as this is the case here, historical basis. They used to be ebony, rootwood, and other types of woods without any metal parts. The lobes, as you can see here, are large and well rounded as the originals, while the pommel ended in a bulbous knob. Right, so it imitates a phallic shape, right? That's why it was called ballock dagger. Later on, I think in Victorian time, they used kidney dagger, right? As it's used in German Nierendolch, for example. So because it's even back then politically more correct, right? If you want to put it this way. So the grip tapers towards the pommel or the guard. Some of them have also other historical ones. Other materials such as horn, ivory, bone, also used. Right. This one has, as you can see, a brass plate. which is between like a washer between the handle and the blade. You see that to the top of the blade there is a false edge, a small part on it. So, and also top of the pommel has another brass reinforcement, right? As I mentioned it to you, there are different varieties of ballock daggers, and the scabbards on original antique ones are mostly made of leather, right? This piece is a very well made piece. It sits very well in your hand. Actually, a ballock dagger was was used also against quite armored opponents. I mean, partial armor, and then you used downward grip and very hard blows. What I'm using is, of course, I'm not wearing any armor. Please note, do not do and imitate that. This ballock dagger, which is a custom made, is extremely sharp, and I'm using this. And because it's very long, when you do these things, which I do, I'm just wanted to show how well it sits. It could be very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, right? So it's extremely sharp blade, and the thing is you cannot gauge it as other knives because it's too long for such movements, right? Especially your offhand, you need to be extremely careful when you do these type of things, but it shows the speed of this. Thank you for visiting our channel, and please subscribe to our channel, and see you soon.